White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London stand strong, in the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder, to the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes, glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. The pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
It's got a bit of a Christmas feel about that ending. Just a little shades of snow falling as it goes away. But good evening, guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future. And I'm going to die on this hill of Ange Postecoglou. I will. I'm going to absolutely die on this Ange Postecoglou hill. I'm not giving up on him. He is the man to take us to glory. He is the man to take us to the promised land. He's a bit like Moses. I'm following him through the desert. All them thousands and thousands of years ago, and I am going to do it. And then until he's sacked, and then the next manager comes in, and then I make up my mind like that. If it's Stephen Kenny, then I'm Kenny out. So I'm leaving it there. But yeah, tonight is the night we do the draw. Oh, yes. And you lot haven't seen the shirt yet? But by God, here it is. This is what you will win. One lucky member tonight will win this shirt we wore in the 1991 FA Cup semi-final. It is signed by the person who scored the best free kick ever to be taken at Wembley Stadium. And to be fair, Colin, and welcome. Happy New Year to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. It's not a bad shirt to win, is it? To be fair.
No, it's not a bad shirt at all. Obviously, not a Spurs fan, so I'm not bothered about the actual shirt. It's that signature on it. That's the thing that entices me the most.
Now, we did do a practice run earlier, didn't we?
We did.
Do you want to tell the people who actually won the shirt when we did the practice run earlier?
So, just to let everybody see exactly what it is here. So, you're going to see it's completely fair.
Yeah.
Everyone can see this. This is how we're going to decide. Everybody who's a member is on here. You can see it. Obviously, all the names at the side, they're on this wheel. We press spin and it picks a winner. We picked we did a little dummy test, as you said, and the winner was Philip Brady. But obviously, that doesn't count. So.
No. It doesn't. But big up. Look, Philip's not well at the moment, too. He's got the flu at the moment, so he's not well. So get well soon, Mr. Brady. How are you, Colin? Good New Year's Eve?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see the New Year because I was asleep. Okay. But yeah, it's not a bad one. Spent some time with the family, and I was also sharpening my sword, so you can fall on it. Because Ange Postecoglou is not the man for you, but that's besides the point.
Ange Postecoglou is the man for me. Don't ever doubt Ange. Ange will win us a trophy. He always wins something in his second season, and I back that. Let's see who's in the chat before we get into the show tonight. We've got a little bit of breaking news on the transfer front. I'll let Colin talk you through that. We've got a load of little bits of rumours that are going around. Colin has said one of the rumours is true, which I nearly fell off my chair. So we're going to go into that. Then we're going to talk a little bit about ticket prices. We're going to talk a little bit VAR as well, because the 2 League Cup games this week, the referee, that's a type of NFL type way they're going to do it. And then we're going to do the draw. But Colin, before we get into the chat, before we get everyone to show on the road, do you want to plug our sponsor and talk through people through it and that?
Yes. Our sponsor is none other than the fabulous people over at Private Internet Access. We do have a video. I don't know where it is.
Run it for you.
Yeah, go on, run it.
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere here.
There you go.
There we go. So it's Private Internet Access is our official channel sponsor. Make sure you go over there. It is a VPN that helps protect your data from online hackers, government or corporations which get sold your data or steal your data. So it's a streamlined access that protects everything from emails to bank details, etc., etc. It's an absolute fantastic thing. You can easily use it on your phone. It's literally a press of a button and then press your power button and bosh, you're connected to that server. It's absolutely available everywhere as well. You know, you can use it for a lot of things. So if you're in America or wherever you want to watch English TV, or if you're in England, you want to watch American TV, get this. It's absolutely amazing. It really works. I know other people, not going to say who, have used certain things for this, because it is available on all your devices and it is unlimited. So once you've bought one subscription, you can use it across multiple platforms. As I said, it is all over the world pretty much, if you want anywhere, and it hides your IP address. That's what a VPN is. It's a private internet, you know. And they don't keep any logs or anything, so don't worry about your data being there. 30 million customers worldwide and a 4.5-star trusted Trustpilot review. Now, the main thing is, which I've been asked a lot of, which I'm not going to say, yes, go ahead and do it, but the main thing I've been getting is, well, it sounds really good, but, you know, how's it going to help? Because there's always 3 p.m. blackouts and stuff over in the UK. Well, you know, I'm not saying anybody should do this because we do not condone this at all on THFC Till I Die, but you could always put set yourself to America on your private, VPN, and bish bash bosh, you can watch
which I did at the game of the weekend against Wolves.
Allegedly. Allegedly used it.
No buffering, no nothing. Run the game perfectly, not a hitch. So, and it's €45 column as well for 2 years, and you get 4 months free as well on top of that. It helps them, of course. It helps us as well, and you're helping us, keep giving you the best content we can. We're starting the year with a bang, and we're going to continue to the end of this year, banging it out. Every time, every content show, every watch along, every post pre-match, team talk, breaking news. We're just going to batter it out the park because we're going to become the best Spurs channel we can be in Ireland, and if not the world. I'm looking for world domination.
All right, Decepticon, calm down.
Yeah, that's fine. I've found my inner Megatron, like I want world domination. Right. Let's see who's in the chat before we completely lose our channel completely. Talk about something we are good at talking, which is football. Big up to Driver My Hyundai. Have we signed anyone yet? Any reliable whispers? Hang around, Driver My Hyundai. I'm just driving my something. Wait around, you will find out. Big up to Peter Heil. It's 6:04 a.m. in Melbourne. Big up, Peter. We've got Leo Starman. Big up, who's in the draw with 3 thumbs up. Big up to you, Leo. Happy New Year. Christopher Inshaw. Happy New Year, all. I hope Spurs smell the coffee too. They are. They're on it. They're busy. I know that is for sure, because there is a certain gentleman who's come back into the fold. Well, as a not properly in the fold, but as a what would you call it, Colin? More of a
consultant. Yeah,
consultant. Big up to Wilton McDonald, Wilton for Florida. Big up Wilton, of course, on part of the THFC Mount Rushmore Mountain, up there with Pete and them, up there with Philip Brady, up in himself. We've got 1 spot left. Now, I'm wondering who to put up there. I did think of a few people, but it might annoy Mr. Brady. So we've decided to leave that spare to the fourth most legendary Spurs fan comes in, then he gets up in that mountain. But Wilton, you up there. This man, right, is a legend in his own right, Colin, right? This man is a legend in his own right. I still tell this story to this day, and it still makes me laugh. Ian Walker pissed him off that much he chucked his TV out the window. No, nobody was there. Nobody got hurt, can I say? But the funny part was he had to quickly go down and buy another TV before his missus got home. That's why I think he's a legend. He's an absolute legend.
Hey, man after my own heart. You saw what I did to my TV.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, put it this way. Big up, Leo. Happy New Year, Dermo and chat. Big up, Leo. And thank you for your chat. Do you know what? I was saying yesterday, Colin, this man I really admire. He's Levy. He is a Levy out person, Enoch out. But he stands by his principles. He gave up his season ticket. He doesn't go to games. He does go to the odd game when somebody offers him a ticket, but he doesn't buy anything in the stadium or the club shop. For me, that is a proper man laying his morals before his feet. I'm sticking to them. Look, you know yourself, there's plenty of Man United fans done the same with the Glazers, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to games unless obviously I get offered a ticket. I have not bought an official Manchester United shirt in God knows how many years because I'm just trying to stick two fingers up to them. So yeah, I respect Leo.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 hoodies coming in, Colin, and seen them from a cool website, and I might put the website link into the chat actually because it really is a cool website. And if you are watching from that website, if you want to sponsor us and give us a bit of a deal for our members, go right ahead. Here's Mr. Wayne Bonner. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Happy New Year. Hope you all have a brilliant 2025. For the same to you as well, my brother. Another man that's up there. Well, he's the fourth man up there in the Mount Rushmore legends of Spurs supporters. He's up there. So there we got our 4. Big up, Wayne. And we have to get you on the show this year, Mr. Bonner. Talk Tottenham with you. I'm sure you got a lot to say. Beautiful shirt, great day. Yeah, of course, me and they were at that semi-final today. Paul Gascoigne hit that belter up a free kick. Also set up the second goal as well for Gary Lineker. And it was a little flick, I think, to Paul Allen, who put it across the 6-yard area, hit Tony Adams. Dave Seaman was in nowhere, and there was Gary Lineker just to toe poke it in the back of the net for us to go 2-1 up. Absolutely brilliant. And there he was, absolutely hyper after the game. But never looked after. And that's the sad thing with Paul Gascoigne. Another never looked after. Maybe we might drop on that when we do the draw, but what a legend. But never looked after properly by the football world. Flat Keep Pete, big up Flat Cat Pete. He says, hi, happy new year. Doherty scored today. Yeah, great for Doherty. Yeah, I still haven't forgiven him, but the only Irish player to wear gloves in the middle of November when they're the other they're in short sleeves, and he was wearing gloves and long sleeves and looking like he had a thing around his neck, I think, as well. I was giving them grief. Wilton said, sad to hear Philip's not well. Wish him a speedy recovery. I do speak to Philip every day. But he did sounded like really rough yesterday. We got Woodsy Hotspur. Big up Woodsy as well. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Woodsy. And also Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Donnelly scored today. We've got a little bit about Donnelly. What I want to talk about is about the youngsters who are out on loan and who are still at the club, and Ange is not giving them a chance. So we are going to talk about that. Right, let's crack on with it. Colin, do you want to start with a little bit of breaking news you gave me? Because you know more about this than me. Our source sent this over to you a little while ago. You know more about it than I do. Do you want to tell people about what it's about?
Yeah, so Tottenham have begun internal discussions, not as all it is at the moment, over the signing of Tomori, obviously from AC Milan. We're going to have to wait and see if anything actually happens from this, as it says there. But they are seriously considering the possibility of going for Tomori. Now, obviously, he has had a bit of a career in the Premier League, because I believe he was at Chelsea
Mm.
originally, and he's flourished over in Italy. But there's a couple of things we can look at here. Really, is this a signing because of the amount of injuries you've had in the back line? Is it to possibly, try and replace people that are going to be leaving in the summer? We all have heard these stories about Romero
Mhm.
having his head turned, and there's other players as well that are possibly having their head turned. Porro, I know people looking at Porro this season for next season as well. So yeah, it's just a wait and see at the moment.
It is, and look, we got the link to Skriniar as well. That link, it keeps coming up the last couple of windows. I think there's more chance of us going getting Skriniar than this deal through, to be fair. And I think because Skriniar, I think, is more of an easier deal than this one. But does it mean also, Colin, that Destiny Udogie is out for 10 to 6 weeks timeline with his hamstring? How important is it that Tottenham do get a fullback in the window? It's now becoming essential that they get a fullback in, isn't it? Because we've got nobody left to really fit that position now. Reglon, we did say that his contract was gonna be ripped up. Do you think that might be put on hold now because of what's happening to Udogie?
Yeah, potentially. Obviously, because a left back, any kind of wide player in the defence is essential. If you want to have a look at how essential it is, just take a look at my club. We haven't got a recognised left back at all because none of them are fit. And we're getting absolutely destroyed by that down that line, and it will happen. Obviously, this is just an estimated timeline, so you never know. He might come back a little bit earlier. It might be a little bit later, but yeah, it's vital to get somebody in to fill this gap.
Now, I was looking out also this other bit of news that's just been dropped by a source. He's suddenly woken up, hasn't he? He's been in hibernation for the last 6 weeks, and suddenly just comes out of the blue, comes out of like a butterfly coming out of his cocoon. Like he suddenly just appears and goes, wash, bang, wash, bang, whatever. And there he is. News.
Well,
And we've got
this is what it's like. We know this. We've worked with him for a little while now.
Yeah.
And summer window, we're getting like pelted with news.
Yeah.
January window, we get pelted with news. And then he just like hibernates and we get the odd little bit every now and again.
Yeah. It's very hard, isn't it? Because you go through the news, the news stuff I use, the Tottenham news websites I use, and then you get news from our source, and you're trying to link them together. Now, does that go with that? And if you were to read every bit of rumor, like I've got some rumors today now, but if you read every bit of rumor, you'd be here to next March. Because it seems again we've been linked with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Tottenham are keeping an eye on Nicholas Conn from Celtic. Please get him. Please fucking get him because I love him. Him and Kyogo, I love them to go and get Kyogo actually from Celtic as well. But a move in January is very unlikely, but it's believed to be a bid around 25 million quid would be enough to get the German winger's signature. I don't think the winger situation is as crucial as I think a striker, a midfielder, and defenders. I'm also hearing rumors of us going for a loan for Brighton's Irish striker Ferguson, which I don't think would be a bad move from us actually to get him, because I think he's a good striker put in the right environment.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, just talk about Nicholas first. I think that's why they're saying a January move is unlikely, because your winger situation is fine at the moment. It's going to be what happens in the new year. Not new year, in the summer window, should I say. Because we still don't know what's happening with Son at the minute. We don't know what's happening with Timo Werner. We don't really know what's happening with Kulusevski because he's got people sniffing around him as well. Yeah. So that's when, if something happens with any of those players, that's when we might see Nicholas be a little bit more high up the list.
I did hear AC Milan are sniffing around Kulu at the moment. That's what I heard.
There's a couple of clubs. Yeah. Obviously, AC Milan are one of the clubs. Paris Saint-Germain are also one of the clubs looking at Kulusevski, and I believe Barcelona are also possibly looking at trying to see if they can do anything. But Barcelona are struggling at the moment because, financial restrictions and everything, and I think they're going to break their FFP because they're actually one of the favourites to take Marcus Rashford off of Manchester United's hands. So.
Yeah, that's that. PSG are the ones to look out for in this window who they get, and also Barcelona are struggling to register their player. They were given 3 extra days in La Liga, gave them 3 and they can't.
Well, this is what I mean. Jazz Fusion just said Danny Olmo is now technically a free agent because they can't register him. Now, somebody needs to snap him up quickly.
Yeah, I think Tottenham should go in for him, to be fair.
No.
Leo says he lost his place in the team. I'm sure this is about Reguilon, I think. But the manager has been sacked now, so he might win it back under a new manager.
It's, I think he's on about Tomori.
Tomori, yeah. Yeah, well, look, I don't know. I look, the Tomori one, I more go for Skriniar if that's my opinion. If it's worth anything, that's why I like Tottenham to go to, because I think it's an easier deal to get done, and we need cover at centre back desperately, but we do need cover, and we need to get a left back in, and I think we have to keep Reguilon there. You have to keep him there. You can't let him go. Timo Werner, I think he needs to go, but I'm going to get on to that because I have got the players that are out of contract. When all is said and done, there's always much more said than done. Can't register. I can't believe how bad Barcelona have got, Colin. How far they can't even register a player, and they're a big club. I mean, everyone's complains about the Premier League being too big, but is La Liga a league is this why the Super League is coming up? Because that La Liga is such a poor place to be, and you've got teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid on the verge of going out of business, basically.
Yeah, Barcelona. I mean, Real Madrid are pretty much fine at the moment, but Barcelona, the issue with them is a lot of their funding, their income, came from when they had Messi. Everybody and their aunt's dog had a Messi shirt.
Bit like Sonny.
Yeah, a little bit like Sonny. Yeah, and obviously they were very, very successful as well during that period. And they've just seemed to have fell off a cliff. They're not winning the titles as much. They're nowhere near winning the Champions League.
No.
So a lot of that does affect.
Also, at the moment, Atletico Madrid could end up winning La Liga this year.
Well, this is what I mean. Barcelona have spent beyond their means, and
they're paying the price for it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are paying the price for it. But look, it's going to be interesting. Ed M says Milan wouldn't have the money to buy Kulu. I don't think they would. I think the Italian league is as broke as the Spanish league, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. But Milan are planning to offload a few players, which could generate the funds.
Do you think they might offload a few players within the deal to get Kulu?
I mean, potentially. But I don't really see a lot of AC Milan players fitting in an Ange system.
No, I don't. Driver says he can't register Olmo, so 0 chance they'll come in for Kulu. I agree.
But again, they're trying to offload players. I know they're trying to offload Rafinha, which is going to generate some money, obviously. And then there's other players. There's other players as well. I think they're just trying to get rid of some of the wages as well.
Yeah. If you can do me a favor, Colin, can you find the link for Cool Shop 66 and I'll stick it in the chat, because I've got 2 great items there and they do brilliant hoodies and I'm waiting for them to come through, but they really do decent price. Do every Premier Club, to do national teams as well, European teams as well. I sent you that Man United one that they did.
You did.
Really smart bit of kit. Maybe we might bring their website up probably at the end of the show, Colin, just to show people what they have there. Yes, Middlesbrough scored, got them in my ACC last kick of the game. Oh, big up, man. Let us know how you go on with that. Did you get them all in? Hope you did. Wayne, Barcelona need to sell in order to rest of Olmo. Well, Wayne, that's not going to happen. Mitchell, a place at the left back is perfect for him. Yeah, it would be. And Colin says, happy year to you both. To my Celtic cousin from both of us here, happy year to you too. Because believe it or not, we do have another Irish man next to me. He's from County Cork, a county that still wants to be its own country and never will be, because Michael Collins is not there. My cousin, who I'm related to. It's not there to help, but never mind. Maybe Colin might make them their own country one year. You never know. Jazz says the Dutch midfield. I like the way he goes, pumps up the thing. Yeah, man, yeah. The Dutch midfielder and his ridiculous contract are dragging them down. Yeah. I wonder if we get a Cork Mayo All Ireland final. That really would be interesting.
It won't.
A Wexford Cork All Ireland hurling final would be really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sorry. Just to reply to Jazz as well. Obviously, I know who he's on about. They had a chance. They had a chance to get rid of him. Manchester United wanted him, and he said no. So yeah, he's basically rinsing him dry at the minute.
Yeah, he is. And Neil says it's because La Liga is perfect reason FFP needs to be enforced. You have two teams in La Liga who do what they want, and why it's always the same. Look, I want to get onto this later, Colin, a little bit. We are on for an hour, guys. We will do a show probably over the weekend, or before the weekend, or maybe a pre-record. We'll stick it out for you members about FFP and our thoughts on it. Because I think it's a thing that needs to be talked about this month, especially. And I may do my research to find which teams in the Premier League are more FFP friendly than others, because I think there's going to be a few teams that are going to have to offload this January transfer window.
See, I will say this as well. What you don't believe everything you read in the papers, when they're going on about FFP restrictions and all this and all that. FFP is not hard to understand. It is very easy to get around. I mean, the perfect example, yes, they've been in trouble, but the perfect example of doing it correctly without breaking the law is what Chelsea have done. They have bought 50 to 60 million pounds worth of players, and they're paying installments over the next couple of years, which is perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You are absolutely allowed, and that is the way to get around the FFP.
And then with the Man City thing as well, that's going to make this season so weird as well, because we do have the Man City thing coming up. Do you feel that's why Man City are struggling? Before we get more into Tottenham transfer stuff and more about Spurs and a little bit about Man United as well, because I got a question for you about both teams. Do you feel that's why Man City are struggling because of what's happening with them behind the scenes? Is that why we're seeing Pep so agitated? Is this why we're seeing it's got nothing to do around it?
No. It's got nothing to do with it. It's simply because they're now beginning to have, I know it sounds really weird, but they're now beginning to have an aging squad who can't do what they've done for the last couple of years. Their best players are Kevin De Bruyne and, Rodri, who are both in the 30s.
Yeah, that's
I believe. I think they're both in the 30s anyway. And then, they've got some backlines as well. Some backline players, Kyle Walker, I think he's in his 30s now. They've got an aging squad. Yes, he wants to move, yeah. But they've got an aging squad now. So.
But do you feel, though, this behind the scenes may be infecting Pep more than the players? Because he does look a little bit more. He's looking for a way out. I know he signed a new contract, but any press conference I see him in, he's looking for a way out, sort of thing.
He's looking for a payout. He's not looking for a way out. He's looking for a payout.
Yeah, I suppose so. Big up to We Are Spurs TV, who's in the draw tonight. Wait to the end. We Are Spurs TV. Are you the one to win the shirt? Signed by Paul Gascoigne said, let's go. Big up, everyone. Big up. Come on. That's the man. That's the man. Look, he's on the Ange train. Big up to Wayne Dye. Big up, Wayne Dye. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Dog on there. Big up. Never knew he was a dog, but now we do know with the big red nose. I thought we haven't got much money to spend. So do we? So we get average again. I think we do have money to spend. But it's about offloading some players. But we do have money to spend, don't we, Colin? I think that's what we're
Yeah.
hearing, isn't it?
Yeah,
We do
there
have-
is money to spend. It's not stupid amounts of money
No.
because obviously Daniel wants to be able to spend more in the summer than the January transfer window. Every team seems to want to do that for some strange reason. I don't know why. I know the market's not great in January and it's harder and the prices are a lot more expensive. But surely if you need them, you go get them. But yeah, you do have a budget, and obviously that will be subsidized by any sales that may occur as well.
Yeah, I believe you. Look, it is hard, but we need to buy something. We really do. Beast of the East says Levy gets around FFP every year by buying lesser. That's true as well. He says, Happy New Year, fellas. Happy New Year to you, Beast. Jazz Fusion says injuries are a factor for City and for Spurs. And Neil Shafton, that is why FFP needs a review after every season. Those teams who are clever enough to find a loophole will exploit it, and good on them for being smart enough. That's true. That's true. Can't say anything to that. Here's a fella we can't wait to have back. Big up to Mr. Tequila. Happy New Year to you, sir. We cannot wait. He has not been well, guys, so send your love for Tequila in the chat. We can't wait to have him back. He is the man of voice and reason. But Colin, some say he's somewhere in North London tonight plotting the downfall of Ange Postecoglou. But some also say he has the biggest Tottenham collection of Levy books in the world. But all we know, he's called Tottenham Stig.
I've heard something new today about Tequila.
Have you?
Yeah,
Have you?
I have. It's only a rumor. It's only a rumor.
Yeah.
But I have heard that Tequila is really Paratici.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Some say he could be Fabio Paratici's. Yeah, I've heard that as well. We just don't know, do we? This man's a mystery. This man, he is. We don't want to get into trouble with Top Gear, but we are calling them the Tottenham. We have to change the last name, by the way, before we do get into trouble with Top Gear.
Is the Tottenham Tig?
Yeah. We have to come up with a new name for him. We do, because I just realized I was reading something earlier that some fella has got into trouble with Top Gear because he called his show something gear. Tottenham Twig. There we go.
Tottenham Twig.
There we go. If he doesn't mind that, if Tequila doesn't mind that, if you can let us know in the chat, I tell you what, put your thoughts into the chat and we'll pick one for the end of the show. Don Tequila. That sounds good. That actually does sound good, actually. Right. Anyway, let's crack on. Big up Tequila. We've got Neil as well saying there is money to be spent, but you need to be careful. Think how much you're spending because we have been overspending on the wrong place. That is so true. So true. We've got a few there, a few names coming in. Do you want to read them out there, Colin? A few names that people are coming in.
What have we got here? We've got obviously Don Tequila, Tottenham Twig, Tequila Sunrise, which is a very, very good submission
I like
move.
that.
It's a good submission move on WWE 2K24 as well.
Yeah.
Tequila, the international man of the people. Stone Cold Tequila, another one coming in.
Stone Cold Tequila. Tequila likes the one Derek said. Derek Hutchinson.
Tequila Sunrise. Well, Tequila would like that one.
Yeah. We do Tequila Sunrise. He is the mystery man of THFC till I die. He is the new mystery man. He takes over. So the Tottenham Stig is dead. Long live Tottenham Stig, but long live the king. Long live Tottenham Sunrise. Tequila Sunrise. That is his new nickname. TTS. Short. Tottenham Tequila Sunrise. That is him. He is the man of mystery. So there you go. We are now sticking with that. Now, you are the transfer guru of this channel. You always are. Every Windows you're here. You're like the Fabrizio Romero of THFC till I die. So do you want to? Well, you are, and I'm sticking by that. So do you want to talk? I've got it up here. Do you want to talk through how the window works, when it opens, when it closes, and give people all the information that they need to know between now and the 3rd of February?
Yep. So the 2025 winter transfer window officially closes on Monday, the 3rd of February at 11 p.m. UK. That is because it's the first Monday of the month. That's why it's closing on the 3rd and not the 1st. So it gives the people a bit of extra time because obviously there'll be games being played and everything as well. The window for most major leagues as well. Italian clubs, meanwhile, only have until 7 p.m. on Saturday, February the 1st to do their business. And then the Turkey window closes on Tuesday, February the 11th. Further afield, Saudi Arabia, January the 30th. So we actually get a bit of a longer window than the Saudis.
Why is that? Why is that, do you think?
Because their season isn't as long, I
Yeah.
believe. I think they finish before we do. And I think they've got a longer window in the summer than what we have.
Yeah.
As well.
They do.
So
yeah. Where do you think the most business will be done? Leave out the Premier League because we know that's where it's going to be done. But in Europe, which national league do you think is going to be more busier than the second, say number 2 in the transfer business behind the Premier League?
Well, if we're just going Europe,
Yeah.
Spain, I think the Spanish league's going to be quite busy. I think we're still waiting, whether or not it actually comes ahead. We're still waiting for these big moves from Saudi as well, because they've still got a lot of money to spend because they held back quite a bit.
Also, you got look very quickly before we move on to the rumors. Any update on did you hear anything about the takeover, or can you quickly explain where we're at with that at the moment? Because I know we're not allowed to say a lot about it, but with the transfer window, we were told December where we heard something, so it's gone very quiet. But what can you just remind people, or just give them a reminder of an update where we sat at the moment with it and what we were told last? Because people might be wondering where we sat. I got asked questions on that yesterday, so while you're here,
bear with me. Let me find it on what we've got.
What I'll do is, while you're doing that, this who Spurs did sign in the summer transfer window. Bergville for 8.5 million, Archie Gray for 30 million, which I think 30 million for Archie Gray is a steal. It has become an absolute steal. We've got Timo Werner. Please go back to Germany. Just go back now. Pack your bags and go. Just pack your bags and just leave Tottenham. Don't bother coming back in the training. Just get in a plane, go all the way back to Germany and stay there. You're no good. You're useless. We've got Dum Solanke for 65 million. Me and Tequila Sunrise did that show when we bought him, and we were both sort of underwhelmed by it. But boy, has he proved me wrong. We got Odegaard. We bought him for 25 million. We haven't seen a lot of him. And then, of course, the first player that's actually been announced today, he's now a Tottenham Hotspur player, is our new South Korean star to take over from Sonny. You ready? You found your what you need to?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So obviously we did have originally the timeline of December. That has obviously not been met. To some frustration, obviously, at Tottenham's side and Amanda Staveley's side. The reason why it started taking so long is because it's not Amanda who's doing the deal. She's just the face. She's just a front man, as what they would say. She is talking to multiple investors. Some are from Qatar, some are from America, from different parts of the world, and they're all going against each other. So it's taking time, but she's kind of just being the face for everything. So that's where we're at the minute with it. It's just waiting to see who comes in. Now, I know she has spoken to Sheikh Jassim in recent weeks. However, he has made it very clear he has no intention of buying Tottenham Hotspur.
He's got his eyes for Man United.
Yes, he still wants Manchester United. He's not rushing in to buy any club until he's 100% certain that he cannot get a hold of Manchester United. I don't think it'll ever happen, but oh well. But yeah, that's where we are. Amanda's trying to broker deals for people, and it's taking a long time. Daniel Levy has a price set that he wants, and as it stands at the minute, nobody has met that price.
No. I'm starring a few. Hang on. What do you want him to do? Right. Okay. I'm starring a few things in here as well. I like Wayne Bonner. See if you've seen his comment at the bottom there, Colin.
Yeah.
It's a great song, by the way, by what's his name? One of the Beatles, George Harrison. I love that song, by the way. I'm going to start a little thing because we are going to go through this. Out of the signings here, column, Bergville for 8.5. So that's 95, 95, 90, 110 million, 110. So 118.5 million we spent in the summer. Not a lot of money, but out of who we bought, do you agree with me that Archie Gray's been the best one out of a lot of them who we've bought?
Yeah, I think consistence wise, yeah, he has. I think you paid 30 million too much for Solanke, if I'm going to be honest with you. So see, it's really difficult as well because some of these players, I mean, Bergvall has got a potential of having a very high ceiling, but it's just struggling to find it. You know, he's struggling to find his place and his form at the minute. It'll be interesting to see what the new lad who's just arrived for you guys, Son's replacement.
I'm still trying to learn his name.
Oh, mate, I'm not even going to try and learn his name at all.
I'd love to come up with a nickname. I might have to call them Sonny Mark II.
Yeah, Son Jr.
Son Jr. But yeah, for me, Archie Gray for me has been absolute. But look, Dom Solanke's done as well as. I mean, this from Tequila. Big up to Brenny, Arsenal fan. We both know Brenny very well. I love Brenny. He's an absolute gentleman. Brenny, we're getting you on for the pre-North London derby. You and me always have a giggle with that, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll have a bit of fun on that. This from Tequila. Me and Tequila did the show when we bought him, and we both were underwhelmed by him. We were both underwhelmed. And he's won me and Tequila around. His Tequila says, I think Dirty Dom has been the best signing. Take about 20% sell on to Liverpool had, it would have been a fair price. He makes a fair point there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, that's why he was 65 million because of the 20% sell on. You know, if you take 20% off, you're probably looking more around the 40, 45 million pound mark, to be fair. So yeah, I mean, Jazz says it there. Solanke is the least of the problems, which is true. He is the least of the problems. So, but I just think maybe he should have haggled a little bit harder because 65 million doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot of money for a striker that's not putting 20 plus goals a season in.
Yeah, but Woodsy Hotspur said Solanke's a victim of having no service, which is true as well. That is very true. I mean,
I see that.
You know, you look at Haaland. Haaland's got no service at United, and he's struggling at the moment.
I wish we had a Haaland at United.
No, not Haaland.
We've got Højlund. I wish we had our Haaland. Haaland would be great.
Yeah, I always get them mixed up. Anyway, Luke says, as I was not allowed, as my brother-in-law wipes the seats and steward said was not allowed in the stadium today, bought cherry purple, lightly green, but it was £10 more. Okay. Pick up, Luke. Big Northampton Town fan. Call Son's replacement fresh off the... No, I'm not saying that. No, sorry. I am not. I nearly got caught. You need to start proofreading these before I start.
To be fair, it's illegal. He's coming over legally, so it's not too bad. But yeah, no.
We're getting into so much trouble. We really would. To be fair, look at the trouble we got over with the other thing. To be fair, Colin, we've
got a lot of trouble for that. Yeah, let's not say anything about that.
That's facts. You didn't. I did. I got it in the neck from every fucking body. Every man and his dog and his cat. I'm surprised I got a neck left. Solanke's at least your problems. Soul Man for the son of son. Soul Man. I like that.
Yeah, I like Soul Man.
Soul Man. He's a soul man.
That's what's copyright.
Yeah, that's that copyright. Never mind. Is he Son's replacement or is he to compete with other? I think he's here as Son's replacement, to be fair, because we all know Sonny could be going. So I think he is Son's replacement, to be fair. And he was handpicked by Son as well.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, we'll have to wait and see to see if Son stays or not to fully know, to be fair. And Tequila, you can sod off.
No, he is. Me and Tequila have been talking about this. He's prime Man United for you.
No, he's not.
I can see him there holding up the red
I
shirt.
would rather you play up front for Man United, Dermo.
I'm shit at playing up front. I'm shit
at playing up front
on FIFA. So how the hell am I? Oh, yeah, that's true. Right. Which players are out of contract in the summer? Now, I want to go through these with you one by one, column. Just a yes or no. Fraser Foster, extend or not extend?
Yes, because you need a backup goalkeeper.
Well, I think we should go for Kelleher, personally, but
Kelleher's not going to come in to be a number 2.
So who do you... I would love 2 goalkeepers battling for the number 1 spot. That's what I want at Tottenham, pushing each other. Do you remember Man United had that back in the day? You had... Who did you have? You had a couple of goalkeepers really fighting for that number 1 spot, didn't you, at one point?
We've had quite a few at one point.
Yeah.
We had Ben Foster at one point. I think he fought it out with Van der Sar and David De Gea for a little bit. Obviously, we had people like Barthez fighting it out as well. Yeah, we've had quite a few. I think if you're going to get rid of Forster, you need to get a Trafford or somebody like that.
Do you know who I go for? And I'm throwing this name out there. It's Kasper Schmeichel.
Again, I don't think he'd come in to be a number 2.
Well, he's getting to his stage of his career. I think he'd be a great backup goalkeeper.
Well, sure, you want a goalkeeper younger.
Yeah.
And all the goalkeepers going to want to play because they ain't got long left.
But I think if you're going to look for 2 goalkeepers, because Alfred Whiteman's also up with the contract, I think you want a young goalkeeper and another experienced one. I think Kasper Schmeichel might be a good shout for a third goalkeeper.
Maybe. I mean, Wayne Bonner's on something there. He might leave the club and maybe he stays on. Maybe he stays on and becomes a player coach. So you get a younger goalkeeper in, but he's the experienced one, but he's also a coach.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, it's good charm. Alfred Whiteman, extend or not?
No,
extend?
I'd let him go.
Now, Ben Davies, 10 years at the club. My preference in this is to extend. I think he's done brilliantly when he's come in. Colin, where you extend or don't extend, and also in the chat as well, guys. Put in what you think of these. So Ben Davies, extend. I'm going for extend. What are you going for?
I'm going to say it's time for him to go.
Yeah. Do you? Why?
10 years at the club. He's not getting any younger. He only gets in at bit part times. Is he actually better than what you have when everyone's fully fit? No. So he's taking money that could be used for somewhere else. That's
probably true. Somebody has said to me it's the best he's played in 10 years, so let him go out and decide. It's the same as Woody says, give Davies his testimonial and be on your way. Fair enough. But do you know what? I'll give Ben Davies some credit. Everyone put him in the same bracket as an Eric Dyer or Sanchez. I think for this season, he saved us against Coventry in the League Cup second round. He saved us in a few games as well. He's really done well for us this year, and I think it's the best season for a long while. He plays well in attacking teams, but he doesn't play well in defensive teams. I don't know what that says about him. Reguilon, we know that Tottenham could be cancelling his contract, but because of the injury to Destiny Udogie, he might be kept around. But do you think I'm going for not extend for Reguilon? Where are you going on that one? He's played for you lot as well, so you've seen them up there.
I liked Reguilon at United. He did a job, but that's all he does. He's not, he's not fantastic, and he's not, like a game changer. He does a job. But yeah, I think you keep him until the summer, and then you part ways. Yeah.
Sonny. Now, this is the big one. Now, the last time they did a contract extension with Sonny, it was done for months and months and months, but they didn't announce it. What is your gut telling you? I think Sonny's going to leave. I think Kane's been in his ear about going to going to Germany. There's also another link which will come up later about Jose Mourinho he wants him to come to Fenerbahce in Turkey as well. He's one of his 3 players, a rumor that's going around. His form hasn't been great this season. Where are you going with Sonny? Because I really want this done. Is it because he hasn't got an extension that his form has gone so bad? Do you think that could be the reason?
I mean, it could be the reason. It could be also that he's 32 years old. Yeah, that could be another reason, you know. I mean, I'm just trying to look now. Last year, 17 goals. Year before that, 10. Year before that, 23. Year before that, 17. 11. So he's not been, I mean, I say he's not been a prolific goal scorer. I mean, the 2021-2022 season was his best.
Yeah.
I just think age is catching up on him.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is. Age is catching up. And I don't like, I mean, I think Son is loved by everybody. You know, it doesn't matter what club you support. Son is loved by everybody just because of how nice of a human he is in general. I would like for him to stay, but probably another 12 months with a possible extension of another year. But if he goes, I will also understand why.
Yeah, I'd love him to stay too. I love Sonny, but he really should have given that penalty to Solanke on Sunday. He really should have done. I think if that 3rd goal goes in, I think that kills the game against Wolves and we win that. And we end up the year on a high and everyone's happy. Everyone's going for it. But look, the game, football is won by margins. But let me know what you think, guys. We've got a few people to keep something. Tequila says Reggie's solid 6 out of 10 left back when that's not the player's 10. I want to say big up as well to Villa 1982, James UTFC. Haven't seen you, sir. A massive Villa fan as well. So welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. Hi, Dermo. Big up Villa. Said, had any rumours on Villa? We have asked our source for you. And once we get any, we will let you know, sir. It's nice to know that it comes into our channel for all the rumors. So it shows that we've broadened out to other teams. Big up to Neil. He's already played in Germany. Son stays here. He's a perfect ambassador for Spurs for career and plays for dreams for English Premier League glory. Yeah, I want him to stay. Wilton, we should extend Son's contract, but it should be no more than one or 2 years. The second as an option. We've got Woodsy saying, I'd be happy to get a left winger signed and keep Son as an impact sub. He shouldn't be starting every game at this stage. No, that is true. Now, let's go into some of these rumours. Premier League duo monitoring Jack Grealish. They are Tottenham and Newcastle. This is from the Daily Mail. We do have a little bit of new update on this because we did ask our source and he's given Colin the latest actually and myself, but I read this out and then Colin will fill you in on the latest. Tottenham and Newcastle United are believed to be monitoring Jack Grealish situation at Manchester City. Now, Colin, we've been told the latest, so break the latest. This is a little bit of breaking news as well, actually.
Yeah, so the latest with Jack Grealish is at the minute, sorry, I'm just typing away as well. The latest with Jack Grealish is obviously he's linked to other people as well. Tottenham are currently the front runners. It won't be a permanent signing. It will be a loan to take some of the financial pressure off of Manchester City. Obviously, he wants game time as well, which Tottenham will offer him. But it won't be a permanent deal as things stand at the moment. Whether that changes over the course of this January will be different. Whether or not they'll end up telling Spurs, you know, it has to be a loan with an obligation to buy. Again, we'll have to wait and see. This hasn't all come out yet. It's just early stages, but Spurs are seriously looking at him on loan.
What do you think he would bring to an Ange system?
A lot of headache.
Anything to an Ange system, to be fair.
I think he'll bring a lot of headache, a lot of attitude, and disruption, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, it's sort of divided the chat a little bit, to be fair. Philip says, because you guys get everything right before you say unlike... Well, thank you very much. I mean, that means a lot to us, actually. Colin, do you want to say anything to Philip at 982? Because it's such a lovely compliment. I don't take compliments very well, but do you want the same thing to him? Because it is true. I don't like to blow me on trumpet, but you can blow the channel's trumpet.
No, yeah, no, thank you. It does mean a lot to us. You know, the guy that we speak to puts a lot of work into the background, getting all the information for us. And we've got a couple of people, but we always double check. You know, if we get information from other people, we always send it to like our number one to try and find out the actual, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, legitimacy of that kind of stuff. And we only bring it if we don't know whether it's true, like we've just spoke about this one, you know, we're not fully aware. We will tell you we're not fully aware. You know, and then if we're very, 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 you know, like this is going to happen, such as, I know I keep going back to it, but I do all the time, such as the Harry Kane incident, when we announced, I think a couple of weeks before it happened, that it was going to happen, we got told it's happening 100%, we'll die on that hill. You know, if we try and get things right, obviously we can't always get everything right 100%, but anything we do get wrong, we will hold our hands up and just explain to you what's actually happened.
We got Ange right as well, didn't we? We were the first ones to break about Ange. I think we broke that the night of the Celtic won the cup final. I think we broke it that night. He was coming to Tottenham as well, I think, if I'm right, if I can remember right.
So a little bit more on Grealish.
Yeah.
So any interest from Tottenham in Jack Grealish would be contingent on Manchester City willing to pay a majority proportion of his wages. So I think he's on £300,000 a week. So they would have to cover most of that if any deal was actually going to happen.
Do you want to read that super chat here from? I'll let you do all the main stuff, the super chats and everything, Colin. So I'll let you take care of that. Biz has gone. But Fluffy, very kind of you.
Fluffy Cockerel, 1882. You see, I'm smart because you've put that in capitals to try and make me to think of that. Thank you so much for your £5 donation. He says, hello with rocket ship. I think that's a landmine. I don't know. Yeah. A house, boxing gloves, eyes, sunglasses, water, and a squiggle. Thank you very much, buddy, for that.
Thank you. Very like and subscribe. Get your memberships as well. Takeover news. We'll talk about that at the end of the show before we do the draw, or probably just after the draw, and we'll give you that information. We did say earlier in the stream, but we will get there. We've got a lot about Grealish past his sell-by date. I wonder, would you have him back at Villa? James UTFC, let me know. Would you actually have him back at Villa? Lots of free kicks, says Beast of Tit. Yeah, that's true. A hefty bar bill. I like that. Big up to Tequila putting the plug in for the channel's sponsor as well. Thank you so much. He's also put the plug in for our channel, The March. Thanks, guy. The March to 3K happens now. Also, he's putting the links in for the Full-Time Sports Network. Also, Tequila put the link in for your channel as well, sir. We've got Woodsy Grealish in the 10 years. In the 10, yes. On the wing, no. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Very interesting, that. We got that won't be a problem. We don't want Grealish. Wilton says the boat was sailed on Grealish, should have signed him years ago. Would take Jack if he got his hair cut.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so let's carry on. I know we're very tight for time because I know Column's got to get to bed early because he is working in the morning. This is from the site, The Lane and Back. This is another rumour. Tottenham willing to back winger back to leave N17 for 10 million deal muted. Leeds fans seem to love him. This is Monument Solomon going from Tottenham to Leeds. He's on loan there at the moment. Just very quickly, I think so. I think that's about right for him, don't you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because he's not really had his chance. I know he's had a bit of game time, but I mean, when you first bought him, I think he played about a week after you bought him or something.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he was going to be something, and then he's kind of just disappeared off the face of earth. 10 million. Yeah, I think that'll be about right, though.
Yeah. Will and Tequila, how can you mention? Yeah, Tequila did mention bringing back Ian Walker as a backup goalkeeper. I think if that happened, I don't think Wilton would have a TV left in his house, to be fair.
I think you should bring back Ian Walker to bit number 1, personally. But
yeah, well, we all know that you're only a Man United fan. So what do you know?
I know a lot, thank you.
I know you do. Who's hiding who in the league?
Oh, here we go. Who's hiding who?
Yeah.
First time in God knows how long.
Yeah, that's true. Grealish is wasted on the ring. I was taking him in the middle of the park. That's a very good point. You know, that point keeps coming up again, Colin, about him being middle of the park. I think that's a good shout, you know?
I mean, it's a decent shout, but it's Jack Grealish, and I wouldn't wish him on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Wayne says that is Tequila's channel. Big up Tequila. Get over to the play pouch. I would like Solomon barely got a chance. Yeah, that's true. Before injury. This is the rumor I was talking about earlier. Jose Mourinho plotting to sweep for Sonny. I don't think Sonny will go to the Turkish league personally myself. I think this is just Spurs web putting something out there for the sake of putting something out there. But with Paratici back in the fold, do you feel that there'd be more confidence that Sonny will get an extension with Paratici now back, advised of Daniel Levy? This is what you got to do. Do you feel that Daniel's missed Paratici? And this is why he's been brought back into the fold again?
I mean, possibly. I mean, Daniel's no transfer guru or anything. No. You know, he don't have a clue, to be honest with you. But I don't think it'll matter. I think whether or not they're going to give Son an extension is down to Daniel and Ange. I don't think Paratici will have a say in that, to be fair. I don't think he'll go to Turkey. I think, if anything, he'll go back home.
I've always said he'll end his career in South Korea. I think that's really well. I think he's the next South Korea international manager, personally.
Potentially. I don't think he's that interested, though, in becoming a coach.
A lot of people saying Jazz Future said Paratici's back. He's back as a consultant, driving my Hyundai. He says Paratici has been at many games this season. Not sure if he's back, but I think he will be back once his ban is up. I think that's been Daniel Levy's plan all the way along, to bring him back properly into the fold. I don't think Lang's doing the good enough job, to be fair. He's a bit like Steve Hitchen for me. Not doing good enough. We need the experience of Don Paratici. Look at the players Paratici brought in Ange's first summer window compared to Lang's first summer window. The night and day, column. Absolute night and day. What I'm worried for, the likes of Manchester United, teams like that have no director of football, and they'd probably be looking at Paratici, looking at the job he's done at Spurs. And I'm worried that Ratcliffe, once he's banned up, he'll have his pick of clubs. But I think he's so entrenched at Tottenham, I don't think he'll go anywhere else bar come back to us.
I don't want him at United anyway. I don't want him at United. There's no point, because we had a very, very good director of football. We spent a long time trying to get him, and then we got rid of him. So there's no point because Ineos are useless and they are just adding to the pile of problems at Manchester United. They haven't solved anything. They're not fixing the club. They're trash.
I've been beginning to think we've got the better owners.
You have got the better owner. I'm telling you for a fact you have. You might not spend as much, but you've got the better owner. I mean, anybody who knows me, who has been around a while, all have heard that I'm very vocal. When this takeover thing was happening, I did not want Ineos. I was very clear I did not want Ineos, because I knew exactly what they'd be doing. Anybody that gets into bed with the Glazers is an enemy of the club. But anyway, back to Tottenham.
Can I just say thank you so much for the super chat? I know who you are. Thank you. Means a lot. I'll put in the private chat, but don't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know, the person who put in that super chat, let me know actually what you think about this and what you guys think about this. Now, could a loan move might be the best for Lancashire? Now, I was thinking about this afternoon when I was putting this PDF together and the show together. And I come to the conclusion in my own head that a loan move probably would be the best for him. because I don't think Ange is going to use them. I don't think Ange is using the youngsters at Tottenham. Apart, it could have used Dorrington instead of playing Rudu. He's got Donnelly playing well. He's done well out on loan. Cayley as well, the young St. Pat's goalkeeper who came from St. Pat's, is doing very well on loan as well. So why doesn't he not use the youngsters? Ferguson used the youngsters column and it worked. Why not follow the Fergie example? And also Tottenham, meanwhile, are actively linked with a high-profile forward such as Randall Kulu Minu, suggesting that the club may not be seeking Lancashire in a long-term solution in the immediate term. Firstly, Lancashire, would you think a loan move would be good for his career? And secondly, what's this link to Randall Kulu Minu? Do you think there's something in that? Or is it only a rumour, which I think it might be?
No, it's only a rumour at the minute. In regards to it, I mean, Colo has been linked to that many clubs. I think you could probably say a club, and you know, he'll been linked to him. Like he's been linked with Aston Villa as well today. So you know, he's been linked with many. But yeah, I think a loan move for Lancashire would be good because he's not really played at professional level. You know, he's had 2 games for Tottenham. Yeah. But I think he needs to go and play his trade at somewhere a little bit different.
I think so.
You know, League One, Championship level. I mean, send him to Doncaster. We'll look after him down here. We need a good second striker. So, yeah, I think that'd be good. Get him a year out or maybe 6 months out at a club because obviously it helps you build as well. You know, defines you a little bit. So yeah. Sorry.
I'll explain after the show. Man. Yeah, so look, we've got a couple of here. We've got Wayne Bonner saying Lancashire keeper. If I like the look of him or what I've seen, but it's plain to see how good he can be. But also say how it's benefit to send him on loan too. I've heard Villa have made contact with agents on Milan Mooney today. We'll keep you updated on that. We've got Tiggy said, do I have to choose between Colin rather than you, Dermo, as owners? Well, me and Colin could go in and join Tottenham jointly, you know. We'd come in as joint owners. Very quickly I want to very quickly go back to, where is it? I didn't star it, but I know it was Hugh Hondo. He was asking for a little bit of a quickly taker update. Can you just put it into a little short bow instead of going through the whole thing again? So just in a short-term thing for him.
Yep. So what's happening at the minute, mate, is Amanda is trying to broker many deals for many different people from different areas of the world. So Arabia, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, America, etc., etc. Nobody has met the price yet, regardless of what the sources say, where people have got, I think somebody said she's got 800 million or someone said she's got 2.5 billion. That's not the case. No deal's been accepted, so we're just waiting.
Yeah. Wido says, do you think Levy will wait until we've played Newcastle Arsenal to see if he backs Ange, or will he wait to give him? Do you know what? I think the cynic in me think he's going to wait to see what we do in the next 3 games and then back him. That's my head. My heart is saying he'd be backed immediately. I think we'll have players in before that North London derby. Don't tell me why. I've just got this gut-wrenching feeling we could wake up tomorrow morning. I could get a WhatsApp on my phone. Dermo, break news now. Tottenham signing a player. I just have this feeling it's going to happen quickly for us. What would you say to Wade there, Colin? Do you agree with him or do you agree with me?
I think Levy would be stupid to wait. I mean, you're 11th in the league. Why wait to see what happens in the next 2 games? That's just stupid because, I mean, I'm going to take Man United out of the equation here because we don't bloody win, so you'll still be above us. But the next 2 losses could put you 14th.
Yeah, we're only 10 points. We're only 10 points off Leicester, by the way.
This is what I'm saying. You need players in now.
Yeah. I just think it's a weird season this year. It's a really weird season, like.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Neil Shafton. This is quote of the show for me. While my guitar gently weeps. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that is brilliant. Right. Let's get on with it, Colin. Let's get on with this draw. With people have waited long enough. They have waited long enough. It is time to find out who's won this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shirt signed by the legend, the man that scored the greatest free kick in FA Cup history. And, you know, it really was. David Seaman didn't have a chance. It is from the legend that is Paul Gascoigne. Before we get to the draw, quick question about Paul Gascoigne for you. I grew up with him in his heyday when he came from Newcastle to Spurs. Everyone said if he went to Old Trafford, he would have turned out differently. I don't think he would have done, but I think he would have been less destructive to himself under that regiment at Old Trafford. But Paul Gascoigne, what a genius. He was a flawed genius. Was he the George Best of our lifetime, of my generation, do you think?
I don't know whether I put him up that high. Yes, he was a fantastic player, and yes, he was a genius, you know, when it came onto the ball and everything. Even off the ball, you know, his movement off the ball was fantastic as well. I just think I don't want to compare him to anybody because, you know, he's his own person. You know what I mean? He just, I don't know. But I just know he's a fantastic player. Obviously, there's the whole instance of the dentist chair and, you know, him getting sent off for England and Lineker looking over to the bench telling him, you know, keep an eye on him, all this.
Oh, was that when he was booked in the semi-final?
Yeah, because he missed the final. Yeah, he missed the final because of it. Yeah. What a fantastic player he was.
That he was, though. I mean, you see him up in Newcastle, that famous picture of him and Vinnie Jones grabbing his crown jewels. He was a lovable rogue, I think, but off the field, Wilton's. This is Wilton. I think this just sums up Paul Gascoigne in a nutshell. Paul Gascoigne was a rough diamond that could not be polished.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to excuse everything he did off the field. Some of the things he'd done off the field, I have no time for. But I'm talking purely as a footballer on the pitch. And he really was a once in a generation. I love this shirt. Before we get, Ed M says, yeah, it's such a strange season. Liverpool up top for a second, like Waker. Yeah, it's like 79.
Arsenal second now.
Yeah. Oh, did they win?
Yeah, they've won. Arsenal have gone up to second.
Well, it's still like 1979 Forest up there fighting for the championship, like under Brian Clough. They haven't won anything significant since Brian Clough. So Forest are due something. Can you imagine Nuno taking them to the Champions League?
I know, and you had him. Spurs had him.
I'm sorry, he's still a garden gnome. He'll always be my garden gnome. But anyway, good luck to everyone. Wayne Bonner says, good luck to everyone in the draw. Come on, Colin, let's get this draw done. And then we will find out who has won this beautiful, beautiful shirt.
Here we go. So best of luck to everybody.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite nervous. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Oh, who's won it?
We are Spurs TV, who has just come into the chat.
It does.
It's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are Spurs TV. Congratulations.
Yeah. Now, how did they get? I leave you. How did they get in touch? We are Spurs TV. You're in charge of the email, so it's contact us via email, isn't it? You're dealing with it.
Yes. Contact us by the email. Have we got the email?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, if you look in the description quickly, it should be up there.
Let's have a look. Just bear with me, because I want to make sure that it's there, so we can.
Do you know what Neil Shaft is just putting there?
What's he put?
At the bottom.
Yeah, it's there. And the recount. Oh dear.
No.
No.
Big up. Yeah.
So yeah, the email address is in the description. Please do get in contact with us because obviously we need to sort out getting your address and everything so we can get it sent to you or a PO box or whatever it is. So yeah, make sure you do that and we'll get in contact with you. We'll get it sent to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, but big up to We Are Spurs TV. Congratulations. Sorry to everyone else. We do apologize, but we might have another little competition for the rest of them, might we? Another giveaway. Yeah. I've bought a couple of hoodies from the cool, what's it called again? From Cool Shop. I'm gonna put the link into the chat, guys. Do get on there. I don't know if we can show what they have up the website quickly. Would we get into trouble with that, Colin?
Probably not, but we're giving away free advertisement.
If they are watching, please, sponsorships are are available. Contact us. Yeah, so go onto their website. Lovely. We might have an extra top coming with our name on it, and if it does come and they do come and it does fit, I will be putting up for you members as well, so there will be another members giveaway. Colin, one last question before we finish off, guys. I asked it last night, but big up again to We Are Spurs TV. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. This is including your club as well, so I'm going to sort of reframe the question, but can Tottenham and Manchester United realistically aim for top 6 finish given their current points tally and form? I want you guys to put it in for Spurs. I say we can finish top 7 or top 6. I think that's where we're heading for. Colin, your view in the red side of Manchester? Not
a chance. I'll be happy if we finish in top 10.
Fair enough.
There's just too many teams. We're not as good as West Ham. We're not as good as Bournemouth. We're not as good as you. We're not as good as Brighton. We're not as good as Villa. We're not as good as Fulham. We're not as good as Bournemouth. We're not as good as City. We're not as good as Newcastle, Chelsea, Forest, Arsenal, or Liverpool. And that's 13 teams above us. So no.
Yeah. Can I say that shirt does come with a certificate as well, doesn't it, Colin?
Yes, it comes with a certificate of authenticity with it as well. So it's all legit and real. I think I don't know where it is. I have got. Bear with me. I'll just so I can quickly show you. But just keep talking. I'm just finding something.
Yeah. Okay. Boris is saying I say 8th. I like to say it would be at the end of the season since we're still in full competition. So I feel it will be 8th in the trophy. I'd take a trophy all days long. I don't think so on both. Big up Adam. Tequila said congratulations. We are Spurs. It's our pleasure, man. You've shown your support, and we did promise a 2K giveaway. And listen, we'll do a 3K. We're doing the 2.5K giveaway, and we'll do a 3K giveaway as well, guys. That is the thing. I am actually gonna do that. I don't think we will get into trouble with it. I think we'll be fine. So what I'm gonna bring up their website as well, as Colin is falling over his room and don't know, dismantling something. Why is that not working? Okay, that doesn't like to work. Okay, just give us 2 minutes, guys. Right, this is so let me hopefully well, the web page is at work of it at the moment. I hope that's not a bad omen for me. I really do hope it's not a bad omen for me. But anyway, it's due there. We've got Wilton says, I'm not an optimist about that term. It's ironic that Enoch and Eneos have taken down 2 of the biggest clubs in yeah, it is. It is ironic. It is. And Wilton, you've seen it all. What you got there?
No, I can't find it. Because what I've actually got is it's for Bobby's channel.
Yeah.
I've actually got it like somewhere in this room. Don't know where it is. It's a framed picture of Ramsdale, and I'm also going to get the certificate to show you that it's all legit, but I can't find it because I've been doing loads of crap.
Yeah, so I'm not the opposite. I agree with that, Wilton. And did know Wilton's been a fan for God knows, 60 years, I think. And it's ironic that the two biggest clubs in football have been taken down. Colin, thank you so much again. I know you're busy at the moment, man, with things. I know you are going to start coming back more and more in the next couple of weeks or so, but I know you're busy up to then, so you're stuck with me. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yeah, you guys just have to be stuck with Dermatron. You know, nothing you can do about it. I am the face, I am the voice, and I am not the head honcho. Colin is the head honcho of the channel. I'm just his. I'm just
not.
his. You are. Tequila's the voice. You're the face, and I'm just the oily monkey. Where can people find you, sir? On great words of YouTube, big up Twitter.
You can find me on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. FTSN Colm. That's my handle on there. Feel free to come over and say hello and, berate me and everything as well. That's fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. You find me here, find me over on the Full Time Sports Network. You will start finding me again on MUFC Spotlight at some point when I've got some free time. Double Dum Gaming, which we've put on hold until the summer because there's just too much going off. Yeah. Neither me or Dermo have the time to do anything at all. And obviously on Big Up, Match Day Magic.
Yeah, we are going to put the link in the description for Big Up. Please, everyone get over there and start following us. We are going to start doing shows over there, especially when the internationals start up again and international breaks. We're going to do a lot of shows over there as well, and we're going to do tactics shows. I think once Colin gets a bit more free time, we're going to start doing tactics shows of Tottenham games, or we may do a tactics show for the Premier League. Maybe do our own version of Ref Watch as well. Maybe do our own version of VAR. Very quickly, Colin, I forgot to say to you, what's your view on the League Cup semi-finals? With them talking over the tannoy of the decisions they made, a bit like NFL, a bit like, what's your views in it? Are you for it or are you against it?
I am currently in the position of let's see how it works, because it's either going to benefit, because everyone's going to have a little bit of a clearer understanding of why the decision's been called, or it's going to cause mass chaos. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, thank you all for watching. We've had a bumper crowd in this evening. Really does. Really have. Thank you so much. Colin, thank you again for all your help. I didn't get a chance actually to thank you for everything you've done last year for the channel, for all the help, support you've shown on the field and off the field, off the channel as well. You've been a real brother and a real support to me when I needed you the most. You were there, especially you and Tequila and Philip as well, Boris as well. But you, because you helped me a lot on the tech side of the channel. You helped me with thumbnails and other stuff that goes unnoticed by a lot of people. You there. I mean, we were up, when was that? Day before Christmas Eve. Oh, was it day before Christmas Eve? You and me were up to 3 or 4 in the morning doing the intro, weren't we?
Yeah, 3 or 4 in the morning, yeah.
You do a lot of work off the stream, so I want to personally thank you for everything you do for us. We'd be lost without you. I'd be lost without you because you're the backbone of the channel, man. So thank you so much for everything you do as well.
I had this one being soppy.
Yeah, I'm over here, not over there.
Yeah, I realised when I was doing it. It's because on my screen you're that side. Yeah, whatever. You're that side of me on my screen.
Yeah, you keep pointing to that Aston Villa player. At least you're not pointing to that Chelsea player anyway. That side of you.
That's Rasmus Højlund. It's not Aston Villa player.
Yeah. Who's the other fella beside you? The other Man United player.
What other Man United player?
Yeah,
there's only one.
No, there's 2.
Nah,
was that a Liverpool player?
That's a Liverpool player. So I've got Palmer, Gakpo, Son, Haaland. I think that's Bruno. No, that's Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh yeah.
Rasmus. No idea. And Odegaard. So I can't see who that is.
On that bombshell, we leave it there. That he's
named Watkins.
He's an Arsenal player on his list of Premier League players. On that bombshell, I don't know what we're gonna do. But come on, you Spurs. Big Ange we trust. Not here tomorrow, guys. have hospital appointments, but I'm back Friday with a pre-match show. Back Saturday with the watch along, Telton Team Talks watch along, and post-match show as well. And Sunday, I'm sure I'll think of something. On that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Happy New Year. Come on, you Spurs. Big Ange we trust. We never stop. We're on our way to Wembley. Yama.